Looking a bit thoughtful, Clegg.
It's the view. Scenery like this starts a man thinking, fills him with wonder, lifts the mind, raises it to higher things.
I know exactly what you mean.
Well, actually, to be truthful, I was thinking how I've lost all confidence in Dr. Driscoll's patent fiery rubbing cream.
Dr. Driscoll's? I should think you have lost faith in it. Everybody else went off it about the time Queen Victoria died.
Was that fair, do you think? Her Majesty was nearly 100. You can't expect Dr. Driscoll to guarantee beyond that.
My mother used to use it on me. It burns, I know that much. It was like being rubbed with nettles.
That was the theory in those days. If it didn't hurt, it wasn't any good for you.
The former Mrs. Truelove held the same view about marriage. What's that for?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh.
What's that for?
He doesn't want to talk about it.
Oh, well, if that's his wish, we have to respect it. So why don't you tell me?
You told me.
Suffering in silence? He's making a meal of it, isn't he?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, well, I'm sure we don't care. There's nobody here with any wish to pry. Tell him if it's in confidence, I can keep a secret.
Tell him I couldn't give her anything to keep. I couldn't afford it.
I think we've known each other long enough, Norman, for me to inquire, where exactly did you apply Dr. Driscoll's patent fiery rubbing cream?
Well, usually it was in the bathroom.
I can't imagine it being your own choice of medication.
No, you're quite right. It was Mrs. Clegg's.
In those days, the peak of togetherness was having your back rubbed with something that either smelt bad or burned.
You thought it was medicinal, didn't you? Actually, it was witchcraft. That's how they secure their hold on you.
But you think that Dr. Driscoll's was a sort of magic potion?
You never felt like wandering off to other women, did you? I rest my case.
There's no wonder Dr. Driscoll's not popular these days. What did your wife use?
Mostly she used to rub me up the wrong way.
He'll think of her as yours, then.
Well, it's like an old wound, isn't it? You get a twinge now and again.
Was there never anyone else?
There was this lady from Wilsden I used to arrest occasionally. We got quite friendly.
Couldn't resist the uniform?
She could resist it very effectively. I've still got the marks.
I'm glad I found you in, Cleggy.
This is not me, Howard. This is a working model which I had made to be unhelpful to Howard if he comes in.
I'm out as well.
So am I.
All I want is to ask if I can bring my bike in.
You want to ride round my living room?
I just want somewhere to leave it for a while.
I should check it thoroughly. He's probably got Marina in the saddlebag.
What's wrong with where you usually leave it?
Well, this is another one. I don't want Pearl to know about it just yet.
You've got a secret bicycle.
And I'd like to keep it that way for a few hours. Until I can make Pearl understand what I'm after.
Oh, I think she'll be ahead of you on that.
Can I bring it in?
Oh, I bring it in. But I want it gone before bedtime.
2 bicycles. He must be expanding.
Yes, into my living room. Just what you need, a bicycle.
that bit in the book where he threw her over his saddle and galloped away?
Yes, they were always doing that. Personally, I think it sounds very uncomfortable.
Oh, I know. But if you've got to be uncomfortable, that's the way to go.
Only with my luck, if anyone threw me over their saddle, I'd sail straight over.
I know what you mean. I've been thrown over a bicycle saddle. But that was panic, not passion.
I've been tossed about in a Morris Minor. No, it's not the same. Well, for a start, there's a gear lever.
Been there. Done that. Didn't you find it cramped?
I find the whole modern world cramped, shrunken, diminished. It lacks poetry, elegance, manners, grace. The men think it can all be replaced by aftershave. Behaving badly has never smelt so good. I know the weather forecast said there was a deep depression approaching, but he's overdoing it.
He doesn't want to talk about it.
What have you got on life after death?
Oh, you poor love. Be of good cheer. There are still a few resourceful persons who can help you forget.
It's very dark in here for the time of year.
Come on, Cleggy. I'd do the same for you.
Oh, yes. There's every chance of my landing up on your doorstep with an unlawful motorbike.
Just give me time to organise Pearl.
Organise, Pearl? You've had 50 years, and where are you?
I mean, if I give way on this, what's next? A minibus?
I don't want Pearl to see it just yet.
And I don't want to see oil stains on my carpet.
There'll be blood on my cap.
As long as it's only yours.
You think you've got friends?
You see how little grasp of reality the man has?
Hello.
I know that voice. It's your guilty one. What are you hiding?
Hiding?
Sound like a chorus. Who's conducting? I bet he is.
More like first fiddle.
Moment of truth, Howard. You're on your own.
Let's see you wriggle out of this.
So that's what you're up to?
Yes, love. Just admiring Cleggy's new motorbike. I think it shows great spirit, taking up biking at his age.
I'll kill him.
They're coming here?
It's just a few ladies for coffee.
A few ladies? You think that's nothing? That's like calling Genghis Khan a tour organiser.
Oh, Barry, they won't interfere with you.
They'll be looking everywhere for clues.
Clues to what?
For evidence that I'm ill-treating you.
They know we have a good marriage.
They don't believe in good marriages. They never noticed they had one.
They were used to harder times. They daren't admit to liking anything in case it got taken away.
But just don't fall or run into anything. If they see you with a bandage, I've had it.
I fancy having a crack at one of these.
That's a damn noisy.
I thought that was you.
I had a marriage that was played on the loud pedal.
Fancy having the kind of lady friend for which you need a track bike.
Oh dear. Do you think Howard is ready for even rougher country?
I wish he'd try Alaska.
Have you got room for a bike in there? We'd keep it ourselves, of course, if it wasn't so filthy.
But full of excitement. and prospect of adventure.
Not for you, Tom, of course. Some other Wally.
Well, not just some other Wally. This is Major Wally.
Bring it in. I always felt what this place really needs is a tatty track bike.
He's a trifle low profile today, isn't he? What's up with him?
He doesn't want to talk about it.
We'll see about that. Used to be my business making people talk.
It's stopping some people that's the trouble.
Biker gear? For you?
Yes, of course, for me. Although, just in case the situation arises, perhaps a second helmet for a friend.
Oh, that kind of biker gear.
Something lean and mean. I want to look like I was born for the saddle of a powerful machine.
You fell off that motor mower.
Oh, I swerved to avoid a mole.
All right, if you're determined. Now, in the interests of road safety, I think we should determine how much you're prepared to spend.
Well...
Oh, financial panic, I know it well. One voice saying, do it, another saying, you can't afford it. My advice is, ignore number 2.
Image matters. I want to look good. I want to look like hell on wheels. But on a budget.
Budget won't get you past Meals on Wheels.
Fancy leaving that here. Anybody half drunk could do himself a nasty on a thing like that.
What? I once fell over Charlie Trimmingham.
Everybody used to fall over Charlie Trimmingham.
I thought he always went to sleep outside the King's Head.
He used to get thrown out of this place as well.
He looked a right old wreck.
Look who's talking.
I thought you said that was me.
Don't fret. I think you could call it a tie.
Seems only fair. And you've looked worse for longer, Smiler.
You see, I knew it was me.
Let's get this man inside. He badly needs some cheer.
Pablo! Who's he calling Pablo? You grow one little moustache and they start calling you Pablo. I miss him.
Let's get this straight. Is this why the armband you've recently lost to Pablo?
It could happen to anyone.
2 years ago today, I buried him in the garden.
You have the right to remain silent.
Finish. It's just getting interesting.
Not for Pablo. Did you know about this?
I know it was the first time he'd ever done any gardening.
So who was Pablo?
He doesn't want to talk about it.
You always talk finally to Truly of the Yard.
If he smiles, it's like a confession. It means he's up to something.
You prefer him miserable?
Oh, every time. There you go.
I see what you mean.
I thought I'd just go for a bit of exercise.
Not on the motorbike, then?
A motorbike?
Oh, give over. You're not telling me Norman Clegg's bought a motorbike.
People get these impulses.
Well, I hope yours aren't getting any bigger than you can manage on a pedal cycle.
A mouse? Pablo was a mouse? You're wearing a black armband for a mouse?
I like it. I used to have a robin like that. Used to feed on my windowsill.
Alvin understands. It doesn't matter what it is if you love it.
How did you find this mouse? Was it fake, or did you use computer dating?
Pablo was in this pet shop window. He looked at me. That's all it took.
It was a good job the shop owner didn't give you the same look.
A mouse? Have you any explanation for this morbid attraction?
The world's a lonely place. We're all looking for something to cherish.
I was hoping for something bigger than a mouse. What sort of conversation can you have with a mouse?
What kind of conversation can anybody have with you? He gets to the end of a sentence and he's forgotten where he began.
Well, I'll finish with that bit.
Have you had any previous mouse experience?
No. Apart from once with a couple in the back of the settee. But this was different. Pablo was this lovely golden corn colour.
It's a love story, you can tell.
The man's an idiot.
But an idiot in love?
Big ears. Great big round ears.
How did you know it was South American? Did it have this big hat?
Very fluid at the mariachi, was it?
It was South American. It said so on the cage.
But didn't you realise they don't live long?
You know what love's like. You don't look to the future. You just go for it.
Now get some drink down you. You're breaking my heart.
How long are we supposed to be hanging on to this?
He tends to slide through your fingers.
Don't let me fall. They'll think I'm Charlie Tringham.
No, put him down somewhere.
Where'd you put a person who's mourning a mouse?
You've got to help me, Cleggy. I think Belle's becoming suspicious.
Of you? No. Why should she do that?
So if Belle could just see you in biker gear, Cleggy, just once should be enough.
Try more than enough. The answer is no, Howard.
And if Belle could just see you tinkering with it.
As long as it means I don't have to tinker with Marina.
She's not the tinkering kind.
You sure you've been reading the right handbook?
Just ladies, Barry. My friends.
I thought I was your friend. How can you do this to your friends?
Surprise them. Don't be shy. Be firm. Dominate the conversation for a few minutes and then you can go.
Okay,
Okay.
if that's what you want.
Belle's inside. All he has to do is walk past the window in his biker's gear.
You can do that, Clegg. One window. Oh, it's the new you, Clegg. We're all impressed.
Are you sure there's nobody out there?
There's Tom on his trolley.
And he's off his trolley.
You can trust us, we're your friends. That's just a little phrase I picked up from some double-glazing salesmen.
If I should be seen, it must be explained that I am temporarily insane. It is a fate that overtakes anybody who lives next door to Howard.
She's not in.
Thank you, and good night.
She'll be at Glenda's for coffee. Can we just do a stroll past Glenda's?
Stroll? You don't stroll dressed like this. No, you arm wrestle with people who are wearing chains and large tattoos. And that's only the women.
Sounds like my Shirley.
You had a Shirley?
She was only on loan while her boyfriend was in hospital and she was between bikes.
I do enjoy a good love story.
Me too. But it gets harder all the time. Come on, Cleggy.
No, I'm not walking round at Glenda's dressed like this.
Perhaps man with truck can be of service. How long you keep Tom in trolley?
Don't wake him. He's trying to forget a mouse.
Checks imposed.
I can ride round in the truck. Nobody's going to see you, Cleggy.
Because I shan't be there.
Very slippery, these bikers. Need firm grip.
Round the throat.
Where's your truck, Entwistle?
On road. On way back, we can call. Get him tattoo.
Thank you, Glenda.
I thought I saw your Barry when we came in.
Yes, he'll be popping in a minute. He's on the computer. He does quite a bit of work now from home.
They do that these days. They come home to go to work. Oh, I'll never understand life anymore.
Did you ever understand life?
Enough to get by.
And that's enough for anybody.
I've always left understanding life to Travis. Well, you have to give them something to do.
In my experience, they'll find something anyway.
Doesn't Howard have a hobby?
Oh, he does. But I try to ensure he gets little opportunity to practice it.
My Barry often thinks about life. I catch him staring into space. He says it fills him with awe and wonder.
Fills him, does it? But I bet he still doesn't miss many meals.
They don't. They've got biological clocks that need winding every 4 hours.
And a tweak between meals.
Travis is quite a dainty eater. I sometimes think he's more ladylike than me.
My Barry's quite good with a napkin. You can hardly see where he's been.
I was brought up in the old school. I never believe they've enjoyed it if they don't splash a bit.
It's all right until you take them anywhere. Then you spend all the time applying their handbrake.
Weddings are the worst. There are people wearing these lovely new clothes and things on the menu that you just know your husband's never going to be able to resist.
Weddings are difficult. If I get a new hat, Travis thinks there's another man.
Well, you should get hats like Nora's.
What's wrong with my hats?
Nothing. But you have to admit they're above suspicion.
Just needs good kick.
My feelings exactly.
Here. Hold the bike steady. I'll handle the throttle. Alvin, you kick the starter. Give it some risk. Attract the ladies' attention.
I can attract enough attention just dressed like this.
We're not asking for wheelies, Cleggy. Just rev her up a bit.
Bread and sandwiches?
I wonder where Shirley is now.
Never mind, Shirley. Better wonder where Tom is now.
Let's get after it. Off you go then, Clegg. It's down to you now.
It is Cleggy.
to do that again.
I got you back, didn't I?
You got us lost first, though, didn't you?
Lost? I don't hear that word. This is our patch, we don't get lost. There's a lot of open space on those moors. We were just temporarily disoriented.
I like that. Sounds much better than lost. We were still lost, though, weren't we?
I was not lost.
Well, I were. And you were sitting next to me. It was very embarrassing following that kid on his bicycle.
It's better than asking directions. I'd draw the line at asking a kid for directions.
I just wish he hadn't walked up every hill.
The hills were bad. But I should have cracked him for picking blackberries.
Still, you knew what good ones were.
You do know your lips are purple, don't you?
As bad as yours?
Now, don't get up. Oh, hark at me. Why should you get up? You're the ladies. I'm the one that should be up. Oh, I am up.
Thank you, Barry.
Well, there you go. Anyway, seeing as I'm up, I thought, Barry, why don't you pop in and say hello to the ladies? So consider this a pop.
Thank you, Barry.
Make yourselves at home. There'll always be a welcome.
Thank you, Barry. That will do.
Do you know, I could chat all day. I really...
Go, Barry.
I don't usually get up at this stop.